Are you ready for the intro?
I'm so ready. Do it
All right.
to me.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Hello, Greaseballs, and welcome to The Grease, where we overanalyze this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 5, RuPaul's Drag Race Live. I'm your host, Princess Capella, joined by none other than Joshita.
Hi, babies. Welcome back to the Gay Kiki. We're back.
We're back.
I'm excited. Okay, so here's my question.
Oh my gosh, I'm ready.
I read all around and read all around.
You can read?
A little bit. Pictures help.
Here and there.
After this challenge last season and right before leading up to this challenge, everybody is like spewing hatred for RDR Live. Why does everybody hate it? First of all, last season was the first time we did it, right? So
I don't
really...
think that's true.
Okay, well, what prior to that, when did we do RDR Live? It's like actually a good challenge because it's like the acting, if you get the right role, like you don't have to be like a serious, crazy actor. You could potentially do something silly. You could really showcase your skills by being like the host or whatever. Like, I think it's a good challenge. I don't see why everybody is like poop on my tits about it.
Well, my tits. I don't think it's not that it like wasn't good. I think part of the reason why it suffered last year was the queens didn't know the references that were in the sketches.
You hit it right on the head with that.
Yeah.
I think that, and that bled over into this season too.
I personally think that SNL itself is like kind of cringe. I don't really find it funny.
I kind of like it, to be honest, but like every now and then if I'm watching something, I want it to like entertain me and make me laugh, because I like every now and then I like to watch AFD and just be like, here's some dopamine.
Sure. You know, I kind of go through SNL phases too, where I'll watch it, even though I'm not like a massive fan. It's like just to kind of stay in the like political humor, culture humor, like what's going on, what people are making fun of. That's kind of like why I watch SNL in phases. I like to know what we're all hating at any given moment.
What's worth talking about?
Last week, Anya Nerve wins. Tori King sent Joella home, and Joella has become an icon, just fully.
Yes. That
quilt look was beyond anything probably than she ever imagined. Did she crack the code?
I cracked the code.
Did she really put that together thinking this is gonna slay, or did she put it together thinking like this is gonna be the best meme?
I'm not sure she cracked the code because she did go home second, but at least she got the meme out of it. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's all you can fucking get out of your run, and at least she got that, and she's kind of like a legendary, iconic, like silly campy thing now.
Jules Sparkles, right off the bat this week, is trying to make a new catchphrase work. Piggy, piggy, piggy. In Dragon Ball Z, this will make you shit your pants. It's like a pill that they give to Oolong the pig, and I guess that's just in Dragon Ball, but if you say piggy, 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 he'll shit his pants. This was happening, and she's saying piggy, piggy, piggy. It's who is eating slang, right? And I'm kind of like, a piggy's kind of like already a thing.
Yeah, like especially in the gay community.
Yes.
Oh my god, Jules is so silly. She is such a character to me. She's got like, who else do you know that has a fucking Jerry curl mullet and fucking is the gayest human being that ever walked? I also laughed because we have Acacia Forgot exclaiming, well, I guess I have LA on my back now. And I was like, okay, sis, LA's going down.
The end of the line for LA here.
Circling the drain.
I'm itchy today, bro. Itchy. Gotta wash these fucking goggles, bitch.
Fucking goggles.
Fucking goggles.
Musty.
Fucking goggles. This, so far, is like the season of no mini challenges, right? Like, we had like a hint of one with the Monopulence thing, but they were literally just pulling cards out of a bag.
To do the main challenge.
Yeah, to do the main challenge. And then this week, there's also no mini challenge. We kind of just get right into RuPaul's Drag Race Live. Now, we're gonna hope and pray that we don't immediately get taken down for copyright, because I said so.
That's fucking rude.
That's rude. No one is gonna watch this instead of watching the actual show. Like,
no.
But okay, so we're starting off with Anya Nerve.
Dude, I thought Anya was so good. Even when it was just her as like the Neanderthal or whatever. She had like the first opening line. She took command right away, and I was immediately on track with her. For the monologue bit, oh my god, she is so professional. Like, she is so good, and she just like has the ability to control the stage. Loved her.
Where did you put her on your ranking this week?
Tippity top of All Right Mama.
I also made a note that Anya was really, really professional, especially in the monologue, because the monologue is like, it's not that funny. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you don't have that massive opportunity to be like a standout comedian unless you really know what you're doing for the monologue. But as long as you can just kind of serve confidence there, then everybody's going to be like, oh my God, you did so great. Were the host, you did the monologue, like whatever. But she was really giving face in the Neanderthal cold open, kind of like we saw last week. That skit was really well written. Like, the Neanderthal skit was genuinely really, really funny. I thought it was
like,
really smart.
I felt like I could have seen it on SNL for sure.
You know, somebody actually kind of slayed this.
The gay intern really turned it out.
Gay intern. I had her in Slayana.
Me too. You did a okay.
Slayana
Okay.
all day.
Slayana. The runway this week was tickled pink.
I didn't like it. I'm disappointed by this.
Yeah.
So her silhouette, her shape is amazing. Her padding is amazing. But I feel like there's stuff there that we shouldn't be seeing.
Yes.
Like, you can see underneath, and you can see her corsets and her pads. And Michelle was right with the critique that she needed hair for this. I really agree. Even like a really cunty, huge ponytail just
100%.
on the back would have been beautiful. It's not a bad look. I just am not a fan of it, and I think it's unfinished. I'm gonna give this one like a nooch.
That's hilarious. Because I wrote, like, genuinely almost word for word the exact same thing, that this doesn't look like shoes. It needed a huge,
fair.
like, literally, I wrote, it needed a cunty ponytail.
Okay, yes.
That Michelle was praising her padding, but I'm seeing corset lines, and the boobies are, like, in a strange position. And I also have this a nooch.
Definite Nugington. Which sucked because I was like, your fucking performance was so good, bitch. Why did you wear this?
That brings us to Arietti, who was also in the cold open.
Wah, wah. Okay, how did Corey and Arietti get so cringy? We've seen queens who aren't necessarily like great actors or comedy queens go on and try something and look kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I felt like it was like exponentially like built upon with this. I like didn't even want to watch these two.
It's too cringe.
When they were in the workroom, like practicing on what to sound like, I was like, you guys shut the fuck up. Don't ever fucking do that again. I never want to see you do this. I didn't like it at all. I thought Arietti really fumbled, and like, we'll get to Corey, but I think the same thing for her. I would put this in like drag delusion.
I think she tried like almost too hard. You know what I mean? Like, she was, if she could have just been natural, like Anya was so natural in the scene, and then Arietti, it was just really forced. And if you're having these like huge changes in your character, like when she goes from being whatever to doing like slay, you know, like it just didn't work because it made no sense. It was like coming out of nowhere.
I had no idea what their point of view was supposed to be, or like what characters they were supposed to be, because 1 minute they're like stupid cave people, 1 minute they're supposed to be Karens, and then 1 minute they're like super gay Slayana mamas, and I'm like, what is happening here? Like, it was so lost in the sauce.
I wouldn't necessarily like recommend to somebody to watch SNL, but I think at this point, if they're gonna keep bringing this challenge back, like, you need to start watching it, or you need to start watching sketch comedy so you can
get the feel of it.
Yeah, or like just take an improv class or something so that you have a better understanding of like what needs to be going on.
Or just like blow yourself up.
Yeah, just like blow yourself up and poop on your tits.
On your own tit.
I had Arietti in Cut Your Wigs Up. I could demote this to drag
delusion, girl.
I think we should.
Arietti's tickled pink.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. At first when I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is like that weird, I don't think it's actually leather. It's like
Like
PVC or
PVC. Hmm.
something like that. Sometimes I think that looks kind of tacky, but I really thought that this looked good. Her hair going into her makeup color, like I thought it was all really well done. She's a really good look queen, and this is kind of what I'm expecting from her, and this is a great.
This was really, really good. She has consistently brought really great pieces to the runway for sure. And I'm also was really surprised that Michelle didn't read her for doing the same white nose again.
Yeah, I feel like she gave her like one last pass. Yeah, she knew how bad she did. That is 100% true.
Yeah, well, and Michelle like didn't say anything about the makeup because she was like, "Well, Arietti already fucked up this week. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
add
not
any
gonna
more
just
to it.
shit on top of her.
I'm not just gonna poop on her tits." This was a grease.
Fair. Love that.
Fair and balanced.
Fair and balanced.
That's what we do here, folks. Just kidding. We're actually unfair and very biased. Corey King was also part of this cold open sketch. You seemed like you kind of felt similarly to your Arietti critique here.
And then I feel like on top of everything I said about Arietti, Corey was also trying to be like from New Jersey on top of this. It made no freaking sense. Like, did you take any theater classes? Come on. Like, what are your circumstances? I just didn't like it at all. I'm gonna put this one on the same level as Arietti in Drag Illusion.
I think she did slightly better than Arietti.
Okay, convince me.
The New Jersey-ness was her trying to bring a Karen kind of character to the scene.
Okay.
But again, we still weren't getting that effortless feeling. It was very like confused still.
Mm-hmm.
So I had her in the top of I almost said cringe tier, which this week, this
it might
week
as well be called
might
that.
as well. But I have
Fair
her in the
enough.
top of my cut
Your fucking wigs up.
Put her in the cut your wigs up. I don't know about the top.
Miss Corey King's Tickle Me Pink runway.
I'm wondering if we're really ever gonna get much different, like, silhouettes from her. This isn't like bad or anything, and I guess Tickled Pink, it's supposed to be kind of like a cutesy Barbie type of thing, maybe. Or I guess it's whatever how you interpret it, but like it fits the category, it fits her, it looks okay, but I'm just like wanting a little bit more because like I feel like she took a swing with that quilted look and it was a big miss. I'm like, okay, when are we gonna get a hit from Corey? I'm nooching.
She's worn the silhouette a lot now. And if like her entrance look was a short dress, her Monopoly look, short dress.
The stupid crystallized short dress.
3 out of 5 runways have all been just a short hooker dress. And I love the rhinestones. I love this look. But I agree with you that I'm bored, so that's giving it a newt for me this week.
I will say her face is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And the hair looks really good on her. And like she's a good drag queen, but I'm like, where's the fashion sense?
Our next queen on the chopping block is Lana Geray. A lot of people wanted this character that she got.
That is because it was an easy character to play.
Which is crazy because she did a bad job.
That's my theory here, and I think that's why Lana was like, I'm not getting off of this role because I know that that's one thing I can do, and I don't think I can do anything else. And then also watching the performance, I was like, okay, you really didn't do much with it. I don't really know what she brought to it other than like the body. And I say that loving Lana, I love her, but like, I don't think she did a very good job. It was a safe performance for me here in kind of like the middle. So I'll put this at like this is like a top of the cut your wigs up for me.
First and foremost, my straight intern who is in chat, can you please heat up the tea kettle and then bring me some more hot water for my tea? Thank you.
I would like a chamomile. Please dissolve a peppermint in the bottom before you deliver it.
Why does that sound kind of delicious though? Anyway, back to the show. For somebody who fought really hard for this role, it was very, go on girl, give us nothing to me. She was just relying on the breastplate for the gag, and I love boobs.
Boobs, we love boobs around here.
To me, this was fully just disappointing. This was an easy character to get into, and I just don't think she brought the energy.
She should have been so much dumber.
Yeah, she should have just been really, really fucking stupid. Also, would have loved a big fat bitch in this role wearing the same exact thing. We don't really have any, like, big girls on this season.
Fat phobic.
Truly. For those reasons, I actually had Lana in Drag Delusion.
We're dragging.
I could put her in Cut Your Wigs. I'd be okay with that.
I think she did better than who did we just
We
put
have
in
Corey and
Wigs
Cut
Up?
Your Wigs Up.
I think she did better than Corey.
I think Jules would have done well with that character too. Like just the
Oh, Jules could
being
have
really
definitely
stupid.
kicked that out of the park.
yes, kicked it out of the park, which they do in
Fucking
baseball.
sport. Maybe I was talking about kickball, professional kickball princess.
You've got me there. Lana's Tickled Pink runway.
I like it. I think it's got a really beautiful silhouette. It doesn't look like it's super cheap. Because I think some of these can kind of look like really cheap theater costume
Mhm.
projects. For the category, I like it. It's a grease for me.
Yeah, it's really cute, and it's different from what we've seen her bring. And also the mug.
Oh, bitch.
Oh my god, she.
The legs sticking out are perfect for the silhouette.
Mhm. Yeah,
Like, her
it's very
legs are
Dior. It's very, very cute. Why did nobody come out literally dressed like Pink, the singer?
Love pink.
Love Pink. Thank you.
Where's the peppermint?
Oh, I have a tea bag in here already.
I got a tea bag for you.
Wow. I got a tea bag for you, sister.
Nice and steeped.
Girl, you're nasty. You are nasty. Yeah, anyway, this is, it still agrees. So we're finally onto the next sketch. Sam Star, if you don't mind.
I will be honest, this whole sketch was lost on me. I didn't find really any funny parts. So I will be relatively negative over the next few moments.
A first for you.
Never been heard of. I just thought it was weird. I thought it was weird. I feel like this would have to be done by people who are really well versed in
Lesbianism.
A, lesbianism, and B, like improv and like jokes. Sam specifically is like, well, I don't want to be Southern. I can't be Southern. So then she decides she wants to be this weird lesbian thing. But it's like already evident that they're going to be lesbians based on the script. So I'm like, why are you placing so much importance on this? You're just literally forcing yourself to be boring. I found it like yellow safe, the whole thing for me.
Okay.
I would put Sam in Cut Your Wigs Up.
I'm glad that you spoke your truth about this sketch because I agree that this was not my favorite. This is like, oh, it's a really tired joke, like, oh, beaver, but we're talking about beavers, but oh, I want to like eat beaver. I have a shaved beaver. I love hairy beavers. Like, we've all heard this joke so much. What I did appreciate about Sam was the voice. Honestly, I liked that she tried to bring something different to it. And to me, this read as a recognizable kind of lesbian on an NPR podcast. You know, like I got that vibe from it. It wasn't funny. I understood the character and I thought it was weird that it was received so badly.
I do know that very specific voice, like the NPR lesbian that Sam was going for. So you're right. I will give you that it was recognizable as like a legitimate choice.
So I did have her in But Is It Fashion?
Okay, fine. You should like and comment and subscribe.
You should like and comment and subscribe. And while you're at it, why don't you poop on my tits?
Hell yeah, babe. Get your tits out.
You ever just like feel bad for our editors?
You ever just feel bad? No, I don't. I
Feel
don't
bad.
experience that.
Sam Star's Tickle Me Pink look. Little Vegas showgirl action here.
Okay, I'm curious. Are we at Teak, or does this look a little big on her?
Here's something I keep having issues with Sam is it's like her wigs look like they're too big for her head.
The wig?
I don't know if she has a small little head or what, but it's just like, I don't know. Like her wig feels too big.
And when she wore the lesbian wig, I got that. And then when she did the last week
Especially
with Acacia, I do agree with that. I think this one is a little less.
Yeah, it's not
got
as
that
bad.
feeling. Like that feeling moved down to the bodice, and her boobies look like they're out and too big.
And they're empty.
And they're empty. She needed some pudding in there,
Yeah,
baby.
2 bags of pudding. Oh my god,
Did you
I
ever
got
see that
pupusas
movie?
yesterday and we ordered like a shitload and they gave me a literal bag of salsa
In a bag, like a Ziploc bag?
in a Ziploc bag. One of the
Yes!
cheap ones too.
Did you slap the bag and cut a little hole in it?
So she needs 2 bags of salsa from the pupuseria there.
Agreed. But otherwise, Grease.
The color, I like that there's multiple shades of pink too. I live for a showgirl moment, especially specifically this kind of just of a headpiece for a
Yeah, it's
showgirl.
like a fountain. And, like, I love
Yes,
that.
a feather fountain. Yeah, love that. Nextly is Hormona Lisa.
Still in the lesbian ring of hell. I do feel like she had more energy than Sam. She had a little bit more direction as well. Like, it just felt like it had a little bit more of a pulse, in my opinion. So I'm gonna put it in wherever the fuck we put Sam.
I feel like I'm being deceived by everyone because she was in the top this week, which we'll get to. To me, like, this wasn't funny.
To me, this was bad.
To me, this was bad, and you're a bad guy for saying that. It wasn't my cup of tea. I have her in C tier, and also, like, she always kind of looks like she's gonna cry. She
You're
looks very
right,
sad.
she does.
And also, she needs to draw her lips on bigger. This is soon as we're giving out advice.
And while we're at it, bitch, you're ugly.
I do not think that. Okay, I could put her above this fashion.
Yeah, I really do think she did better than Sam.
Okay, fine. We'll put her above Sam. Hormona's Tickle Me Elmo.
This is pretty, like, very, like, signature Hormona, I guess. This is what I've come to expect from her, to be, like, pageanty. I don't hate it. I don't, like, love it. I'm gonna give it, like, a light green.
Just a little spray of canola oil from the can.
Yeah, just
Little Pam.
Make sure it doesn't stick, because we don't want to keep it.
She has also worn this silhouette before with her Monopulence look.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful silhouette. She looks great. Again, it's pastels with a pastel hair. Girl, I'm just saying, like, bigger lips and dark
Bigger
blue
lips.
garment. And she would look
Okay.
gorgeous. Like, I really want to see her in some darker colors because I think
I get
it would
that.
make her skin look so beautiful. And with
Mhm.
darker hair or just a regular blonde hair. I want to see something a little bit different from Hormona. Like, we're on episode 5. This is still
All right. I love this gay TV, by the way.
Thank you. I'm thinking about buying one.
A gay one.
Yeah, like 64 incher,
69.
69 incher.
69 inch.
Jules Sparkles. What did you think about her accent in this?
My notes on the accent are that she had a good accent. But at the very end, she did go into Southern while she was talking to Hormona at the very end. And I was a little bit, like, couldn't fucking pay attention to Jules for this because she reminded me so much of etc. etc.
Oh my god.
I was like, why is etc. etc. on this show right now? Jules brought more of what we needed for this one. Like, it was more of, like, a committed direction to, like, with a point of view. You know what I mean? Like, she was funny and she was very committed to being serious about it and running with that joke. I do think she was the best of the 3. So I would put her in But Is It Fashion?
Okay, so, like, where I found Sam's accent brought something to the scene because I know that girl.
Yeah.
This didn't add much to it for me, but it was done pretty well. What I also really liked about Jules in this scene was the variation that we've seen so much now of her makeup skill. So I really appreciate that. I have this in But Is It Fashion as well. We can put her at the top.
Yeah, she did, I think, the best out of that group. I loved this, to be honest. Like, I thought it was kind of like that. It gave me that, like, Hello Dolly vibes, but with like a complete more, like, fashion modern twist brought to it. Grease.
You know this had to have been made by Chantel Sparkle. Like, absolutely.
I'm sure
over
she
it.
did.
This is so beautiful.
Oh my god.
Jules has had
really
such
good.
a beautiful runway package like this, and then the blue look that she wore for the masquerade thing. Ugh. They're both
Mm-hmm.
so good. And I know that they are both made by Chantel. Total Grease. So we're moving on to the weekend update, starting with Lexi Love. I don't know why people want this role. Like, why do people want the weekend update role? Because I think it's really hard
It
for
is
this
hard.
to land really well.
Yeah.
And I don't think Lexi did bad. I just think her and Crystal both were very like yuck, like really leaning into the like elbowing you, like heh, this is a joke. Whereas it's funnier if you almost don't even acknowledge it. So I did have Lexi for this in But Is It Fashion?
You're so right. Like
I
that
know.
elbow each other like energy. Fuck you. That energy where you're trying to be cutty but still be like a team or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have the right vibe, like it just doesn't work. The energy between the two of them was a little bit kind of weird. It just felt like I don't know, it just felt strange. And I don't think the look was very newscaster, specifically for Lexi. With them fucking nails, she looked like a stripper, mama.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I don't think she did a bad job. She was able to like deliver the jokes, have the rhythm. I think But Is It Fashion is fair.
If we're putting Lexi Love in But Is It Fashion, do we think she did better than Jules in the lesbian scene?
Yes.
Okay.
I hated the lesbian scene.
Lexi's pink runway. How did you feel about it?
It took me a minute. I had to look at it a couple of times to be like, do I love this? Do I like this? Do I hate this? I couldn't decide if it was like the shoes or maybe the chaps that were like a little bit off for me. But like the more I look at it, the better it gets. It's very cohesive. I love the pink on her eyes and her hair. Like I definitely grease this.
And she's wearing some kind of like translucent pink leopard print bodysuit or something too under it. Like there's so many details, and this shade of pink as well, and the mix of the prints was all really cute.
It was well done.
I do think the shoes.
Is it the shoes?
I think it's the shoes. Kind of
The
detract
shoes
from
were
it slightly.
like, what is going on?
Still agrees. Our other host is Crystal Envy.
I thought this was definitely on a step or two, a rung or two lower than Lexi. There was less energy, I think. I don't fucking know what it is about Crystal. Like I feel like there's a reason she hasn't won yet. There's a reason she's kind of flying under the radar. And I think that reason is she's just kind of boring.
She's a little like uptight. I think she needs to kind of just relax into it.
That's probably a big part of it. I just was kind of bored. It was a very safe performance for me. So bottom of But Is It Fashion?
I felt similarly where I think her and Lexi were pretty much on par, with Lexi doing just a little bit better. If you're if you're trying to bring Weekend Update, if that's 100% the way that you're gonna go for it, then like I want to see it done the correct way, or like a better translation of it too.
Well, and there was a lot of like pushback from Susie when they were trying to plan this whole thing. So maybe that was part of why they weren't super clear cut in their like energy. Maybe that was it.
I think you have a good point there.
Fucking Susie wrecked everything.
She did. What a bitch. She sabotaged everybody so she would win.
Weaponized BFA.
Oh my god, truly. Okay, so Crystal, I actually had her in Cut Your Wigs Up.
Wow,
but I could put her maybe below Jules.
That's fair.
Oh my god, I'm actually so excited to hear what you think of Crystal's Tickle Me Pink runway here.
I will give her prop for having the latex be like thin enough to move like that, because a lot of the times queens will do a lot thicker like drips and it like doesn't move right. But this gives a lot of movement to the garment. That is where my positives end. I'm not really a big fan of these types of looks. I think it's like one of those like, oh, I got this, a few years ago as like a fun look, and I'm just gonna bring it for one of those throwaway runways, like a Tickle Me Pink runway. So I'm nooching.
I'm also kind of not a fan of these silicone looks because like You know, I like to think about the environment sometimes, and to me, this is just like it's just like extra garbage that we've just made. Because is this gonna be recycled?
This
Really?
was a fucking waste.
There's touches of it that I like the silicone on the shoes and the earrings. I think that's nice. It's the pink version of what Jan did for the icicle look, and
Yes.
I'm just not a fan of this particular textile. So I have this as a nooch. Moving on to the weaponized BFA, Susie Toot.
Susie was pretty good. I feel like she had the only real character, like the characterization in her group. She was funny, kind of like throwing in all of Rue's sayings and song names and stuff like that. I just felt like it was very like, I wasn't cracking up. Like I didn't find it that fucking funny. You know what I mean? Like, I think she did a great job. I really do. And she had like really good acting skills. She had a good flow working with the other ones. And what she said was funny. But like, how much of that can we attribute to Susie, and how much of that was from the
writers
script? Was it that funny? Was it? Let's ask ourselves.
Right.
Was it that funny?
This is like a repurposed Brick from last season, right? Like this is the weird, wacky character that comes on. You know what I'm remembering? The other RDR live was on All Stars with Candy Muse and everybody. Kahana Montrese was Catwoman.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And it feels good. It feels good. This is the role that you want, because this is the zany side character. This is the one that the judges eat up. They ate up the Brick, and I had the same kind of thought as the Brick, where I was like, is Q being funny, or is this character well written? Like, how much of it is your characterization and how much of it is the actual script? I do think she did really well though, and I had her in All Right.
Same.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty easy. Fuck you, Susie. Well, oh yeah. We're on to a juicy bit here, you guys. We are in for a treat. Susie Toots runway this week.
Like, it's good. It's not really my like preference for aesthetics, but it's very Susie Toot. I do think she could have used a little bit more padding. Yeah. Like, she needed some more hip and more ass and more titty, but like, it's a grease.
What I really like about this is it is a reference to Ziegfeld Follies, which she mentions in the show, which at the same time though, like, is it really a reference to Follies? Because in the film, right, because there was like, it was a series of plays. I don't think there's a clown in the actual film.
Right.
So is this supposed to be a reference to Lucille Ball's look in the Ziegfeld Follies? Because that was much, much, much more extravagant. It was ostrich feather, like, boa explosions. Unless it's supposed to be Katherine Grayson, because she's wearing kind of a pink gauzy thing. But it's like, so then it's like, is it a reference to Ziegfeld Follies, or are you just saying it's a reference to Ziegfeld Follies?
Are you just saying it to say it?
What I like about this is it is a reference. It has a clear vision. It needed cinching in and more pads, like you're saying, but it's still a grease, and I loved how much it made everybody mad.
I know. Little Miss Suzanne Tootis.
Suzanne Tootis, you did it again. Acacia forgot.
This scene was tough. Acacia, who 100% had a very tangible grasp on the reference, and she fucking was ready. She pulled it out. I thought Acacia did a surprisingly good job. I didn't really know like super what to expect from her. I think she was really, really weighed down by her scene partner not knowing what the fuck was going on. And I felt bad for her, but I think Acacia was all right mama level. Like, I thought she was really good.
I feel like I'm going crazy because I thought Acacia did really well. And I think that she needs to get her flowers, because she really hasn't yet at all.
I know.
This season.
I feel like she's one of the ones where it's like, okay, yeah, she is sort of a filler queen at this point, but she's gonna win something at one point. I feel like she will.
Yeah, if she would have had a better runway, I think she could have been in the top this week. But she did a really good job with the characterization. I mean, this was giving us Blanche, for sure.
Oh, and 100%.
I have her in All Right Mama as well. Do we think she's higher than Susie Toot or not?
I liked her better than Susie Toot. I thought she had to do more work than Susie Toot did. She was doing a direct impersonation, and Susie was just making up a character.
You know what? We'll put her higher than Susie.
You know what?
You know what, Rue? Acacia's runway. What did you think about this?
I didn't like it. It reminded me of Rose. I hated the wig. The shape was weird. I almost want to gross it, but I'm just gonna nooch it.
I live for where it could have gone and like what it could have been. Because it's very clearly like, you know, femme and the homograms type. That's what it's supposed to
Yeah.
be. The collar being popped and the shoulders are making everything get lost up here.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have a mullet IRL, and you kind of run into this problem if you're wearing something with a big collar where it's like all getting stuck and it's making a strange shape. And it just makes
Yes.
it makes your hair look fucking weird, quite frankly. Makes your hair look weird. So it's not giving the full mullet fantasy that it could have. I think it'll get a soft grease from me because it had potential.
In case you forgot, this look sucks.
Our final queen is Lydia Butthole Collins.
Obviously didn't know what she was pulling from in terms of the reference.
Yeah.
And like with roles like these, you have to know the reference because like even with her, you know, a like picture at Pacoima 1955, like you saw her trying to do it in the workroom and it was just like, no, that's literally like she's not wondering when it happened. Like she can't remember it. Like she knows when it was.
Right.
She's painting a picture for you. She's being Sophia. Like watch the show, you dumb bitch, and figure it out.
The comprehension wasn't there.
I also think beyond that, she just sat there and delivered her lines. Like that's all she does. Like is just make sure the lines come out. And it's like, you can't just do that, Lydia Butthole. For me, it's probably like bottom of Cut Your Wigs Up, top of Drag Delusion.
This was not okay. This was another go on, girl, give us nothing. Did she or did she not say that she was familiar with Golden Girls?
She said that she like knew that she was an 80-year-old sarcastic woman, but that she wasn't the biggest fan of the Golden Girls.
I couldn't tell you every single episode of Golden Girls or whatever, but I could give this in a scene.
Come on.
Like I feel like even a cursory knowledge of Golden Girls, like know how to do Sophia, and it needed a voice or something. It just needed the joke. You needed to lean into it.
I can recite every line of Golden Girls.
Live your truth. I did have Lydia in
Drag Delusion, girl.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Wait, let me do that. Hold on, guys. We're gonna do something. Boom. There it is. Read it and weep. Wait, oh my gosh, hold on. We totally just forgot to talk about Lydia's runway.
How could we miss the butthole's runway that is shaped entirely like a penis?
Did you live for it, or
I lived for it. I did live for it. It gave me a little bit of La Grande Dame. I thought it was really cute, and we'll get to it in the lip sync, but that wig, bitch.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm gonna grease it.
I also kind of live for this. Like, this genuinely could have been glamorous if this was literally like a flesh-colored turban with a feather in, and still
Very true.
Still give this as glamour. But I do live for it as camp as well. Beautiful for a wedding gown. Absolutely.
I want to know,
and
did you catch that she was talking about this runway when she's serving it? She says, it perfectly fits Lydia Butthole Collins' aesthetic. Oversized was one of the things that she said. And I said, wait a second. Is this a purposeful thing that she's doing by wearing big, oversized drag?
Nothing that fits every single week?
Probably. Maybe.
I liked it as well. I'm greasing it as well. I do kind of wish we could have seen
balls of grease.
I do kind of wish we would have seen what was underneath it. Obviously, she was saving that for the lip sync because she is in the bottom. Our tops are Hormona, which
weird.
Kind of seemed weird to me. Anya, which correct, and Susie Toot, which again, yeah. Bottoms were Arietti, Sam, and Lydia. I was kind of gagged by the placements. I think that Corey and Lana could have been in the bottom.
But we did have Little Miss Piggy of the Week, Susie Toot, taking her second win of the competition, and she's the first queen to have 2 wins right now. And I truly did not see Susie Toot and Anya Nerve being like the full-on front runners at this point.
Yeah.
Especially if you went back to our Meet the Queen.
I had Susie and Slayana, remember? I told you she was my sleeper hit. The level of delusion in Untucked.
I didn't watch Untucked.
What?
I don't watch Untucked.
You don't?
No, ever.
You're lying.
No.
You absolutely are. I'm being gaslit by you right now.
I don't generally watch Untucked anymore.
But in Untucked, since you didn't see, everybody is mad that Susie is in the top because they're like, your outfit is ass. And I'm just like, do you guys not remember how Jinx Monsoon won her entire season with like a hope and a prayer
Literally.
on that damn runway?
Literally.
We have
Sorry.
Ariete and Lydia face off to Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I found this to be a very surprising runway. Or lip sync, whatever the fuck it is.
Mama.
Mama.
I shrieked at this lip sync. Okay, so the first moment when Lydia did that with like the
Flapping it.
cape thing, I was like, oh my god, that is absolutely perfect for the vibe of this song. And then she takes off the dickhead and has the absolute cuntiest perfect wig for the fucking song that you could ever decide that you wanted. And I did not expect her to eat Ariete the fuck up the way that she did in this lip sync. There are so many moments where I'm just like, Ariete looks completely desperate and like trying to throw in every fucking drag queen 8 count that you could ever fit into this song. And it looked so messy. And Lydia was so clean and like the leg move was so good. And like her attitude for the whole thing was literally, I never ever expected it from her. I like fully thought she was probably gonna go home this episode. I was gagged, bitch. This was so good.
Lydia absolutely mopped the floor with Ariete. And never in a million fucking years would I have thought that Lydia would bust her ass out to a Earth, Wind, and Fire, like a disco tune. Because she looks, in real life, she looks like a haunted porcelain doll. I did not think this would be her tea. I was so surprised. Like, that was fucking crazy. And Ariete, like, yeah, she looked desperate.
Dude,
it was just weird. And I feel bad for her that this
too.
aired. That Ellie Diamond 8 count. Oof, mama.
Oh no.
Oof, mama.
I love that you call it the Ellie Diamond 8 count.
Yes.
Honestly, I was kind of getting nothing from Lydia until this lip sync. Like, and I love it when that happens with a queen, when you're like, oh fuck, okay, that is why they do drag. That is where they find their fucking niche or whatever. And performing clearly is what she's fucking good at, because damn, I was blown away by this.
Lydia wins the lip sync.
Yep.
And Ariete, I mean, the gag is that Ariete is potentially going home, but not before the badunkadunk tank.
So are we annoyed by this? Ariete pulls the lever, Michelle falls into the water, and we're done with the dunk tank already. Ariete's not going home.
I mean, yeah, it would have been wild to see someone as strong as Ariete go home this soon in the competition.
But here's the thing. Why do you say that? Why do you say someone as strong as Ariete? What has she done?
Her runways.
No, she's friends with everybody and she looks good. That's it. She kind of is a mean girl.
I like mean girls.
I do too, but like, I like it when a mean girl gets dealt a mean girl card, because bitch lost the lip sync, bitch should have gone home. I don't care how much people like her.
Well, then we'll see her go home on Snatch Game, because there's no way she's going to deliver that.
But then I was thinking too, though, like, because next week is the ball. I'm like, are they saving her for that?
I mean, we know she can sew. I think also part of it was that, like, they don't want to keep doing the dunk tank because it's probably, like, it probably either smells nasty because it's just stanky water that's sitting there every week, or they have to fill it up. And, like, California's literally on fucking fire. Like, they need the dunk tank to go put the fires out.
They need the dunk tank water.
Yeah. It's been commandeered by the LA fire department.
Joella took it to go save LA.
Yeah, Joella brought it home to LA for the fires.
Here's what my theory on the dunk tank is.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's very much just like another chocolate bar, another this, another that. But like this one in particular, I don't know how rigged it was compared to the other ones, because it literally was lever 1 and lever 7. Obviously the levers are not connected to anything, but like felt a little bit like it was less rigor mortis type of thing. I don't know. What did you think that?
I think you're being lulled into a false sense of security by the badunkadunk tank.
I
mean,
don't
it
feel
probably
secure.
is rigged. It probably is rigor mortis, girl. That being said, like, I kind of live for it. Like, there's more bitches. I'm not gonna have to edit the episode with the ball, so that's fine by me. Who do you think's
Yeah.
in hot water next week?
Hot water, probably Hormona. You know what? I would love to see a double sachet. I can't
Yes.
lie. I love them.
I'm sure we'll see one. Yeah, you're right, Drew.
Hormona will probably be in trouble next week. Corey will probably be in trouble next week. I want Jersey Mike's for dinner.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm having hamburgers.
What do you put on your hamburgers?
Has to be like American cheese or pepper jack cheese sometimes, but I never have
Okay.
that in the house, so definitely American. And I'm a pickles, mustard, and mayo kind of them. I don't know. What do you call me?
I have a problem with mixing condiments on a hamburger, unless it's just ketchup and mustard.
Joshita, do you have anything else to say?
I'm the piggy of the week. It's me. I'm the Miss Piggy.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we all knew you were a pig.
Eating.
Eating. We will see you all next week, my darlings. Goodbye.
Bye.